وقل رب زدني علما.
Okay, so we have talked about formal and informal languages, natural languages and formal languages. I took a course actually in Ottawa U, University of Ottawa, which is called Formal Languages and how they develop these formal languages. It was a very interesting course, honestly. Python is an interpreting language. And what does it mean? It means, as you have seen last time, I write a code and then I test it, and then I write another line and I test it. So I can test each and every one. When it comes to other languages, we call them compiling languages. It means that you write the whole program, you compile it once. Compile it, it means we convert it, for example, from C or C++ into a machine language, and then we process it. We're not going to go through this. I want you to know that what we're doing right now is the interpreting. It's something that we write and then we execute. We don't have to write everything in order to make a whole program. So an interpreter is a program that reads a high-level program and does what it says. Compiling, a compiler is a program that reads a high-level program and translates it all at once. This is the difference. Before running any of the comments, it compiles a program first and then runs the compiled code and blah, etc. So we're going to talk about this later, and you will know this in other courses about this in deep. But for now, when it comes to us, we're going to work with something called interpreting language. Okay, this is Python. C and C++, Java, they need a compiler in order to compile them, and after that, we can run them on a computer. So now, as usual, we're going to open the IDLE. We're going to start working with the IDLE. So first of all, we're going to check whether Python knows some arithmetic. Remember last time I said I'm hungry and he said syntax error. Do you remember this? So now we're going to say whether 2 plus 3. What do you think? What's going to happen? 2 plus 3. As you can see, Python can understand arithmetic. So if I put 2 plus 3, Python knows what does it mean 2 plus 3. What about 2 power 3? What do you think? 8. So do you think Python will understand this one here? Sorry, this one 2 power 3. Do we know what the meaning of 2 power 3? It means 2 times 2 times 2. That's 2 power 3, yes? But in Python, actually, we don't have something like this. This is called bitwise operator, and this is not the sign for power. So when it comes to us, if we want to know power, it's 2, and then what? Star, star. Okay, now 2 power what? Now this is, Python will understand it as 2 power 3, and it's going to be what? What is 2 power 3? 8. Clear? So we know now that Python can know addition. Python know how to do power. What if I say, for example, 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 times 2? Or let's say times 4. What do you think? Python will be able to understand this? What operation Python is going to do first? The multiplication. Do we remember the precedence of operation? So Python will do the multiplication. What does it mean? Python will multiply 2 times 4. The answer is going to be, and then it's going to add it with the rest. Is this clear? So what do you expect the answer is going to be now? 8 plus 6, which is 14. What if I want to add these and then after that multiply it by 4? What do I do? I use what? Bracket. So I put a bracket here and a bracket here. And now the answer is going to be the same or different? It's going to be the different. As you can see, the answer is different. What happened now? Python is going to add these things and then Python is going to multiply it by 4. Clear? Till now? Okay. I want you now to check. If I say, for example, x equal to 2. Can you see this x equal to 2? Okay, what is the type of x? Integer. How do I know the type of something? What do I write? Type, and I put here x. And now, as you can see, it's what? I'm going to say x equal 2.0. What is the type of x now? What do you think is going to be? 0.0. I didn't put 0.1 or 0.3 or more. I put 0.0. What do you think 0.0 is going to be? Is it float or integer? 2. So it's going to be float. Yes. Why you're hesitant? It's going to be float. Okay. 2.0 is going to be what? It's going to be float. So when I have point, even 0 is going to be what? Float. I'm going to ask you now a very simple equation. Let's say 3 divided by 2. What is the answer is going to be? First of all, the answer. What's going to be the answer? Is it 1 or remember, I'm dividing here an integer by integer. So what is the answer is going to be? 1 or 1.5? The answer is going to be Who said 1.5, guys? There's going to be 1.5. So if I add integer by integer, the answer is going to be what? Integer. If I multiply integer by integer, the answer is going to be, if I divide integer by integer, the answer is going to be float, the big one. Why is going to be float? This is actually a mathematical formula. We know that. Look at Python, by the way, the people that has worked with Python, they were like obsessed with math. So they tried every way in order to make it very close to the math. And we'll see now what they have done. By all means, if I multiply two numbers, what do you think? Integer multiplied by integer. Is it possible to get a float? There is no possibility at all. If I add two integers, is it possible to get a float? That's why if I add two integers, the answer is going to be also what? Is there is point something here? No, let's say, for example, let's say 4 divided by 2. What's the answer is going to be? 0.0. The answer is going to be what? 2.0. It means that the answer is going to be integer or is going to be float? It's going to be float. Why? Because they are saying the following. In math, if I divide two numbers, I might get an integer or I might get a float. Which set is bigger, the integer or the float? The float is bigger. So whatever the case, when you divide two things, I will consider that the answer is a, and that's why they consider it as a float. So if I ask you a simple question in a quiz, for example, I say 5 divided by, let's say 5, and I ask you, what is the type of the result? What you would say? Floating. You got it? What is the answer is going to be here? 1.0. So I might give you 4 answers. One of them 1, the other one is 1.0. And you would say it's going to be 1.0 and the type is float. Clear? Till now, everything is clear. Yes? Okay, excellent. So let's say now I have this 2 bim 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 bim. What does it mean bim bim? Bim. So we have a clear shell. So you can see. So what do we have? Bim. Do you remember bim bim? And let's say bim bim bim. This is 2 power 2000. And this, the number that we'll have now, maybe we'll get a number or error or I don't know what we're gonna get. The number that we're gonna get here is more than what I have money in the bank. Okay, guys, so it's gonna be a big number. This number that we're gonna get is more than the stars in the world. And look at this number. Can you see this number? 1148130695274254524234 blah 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 blah. This is the number. And as you can see, this number is somehow, it's not that much big number. But the idea here, this number is an integer or what? Integer. And this means that whatever the number is, let me go back here. And what is this? Yeah, integers can be represented what exactly? There is no limit to their size. So when it comes to the size of integer, even though this is a very, very big integer, as you can see, we can represent it. The only limitation is your memory, the memory of the computer, of course, whether it can fit that number inside the memory or not. But as you can see, let's go back to here or to here. As you can see, this is a very, very big number. Guys, 6 numbers and the 7 digits is gonna be million. And then after that, billions. And then after that, Google, whatever these big numbers. So this number is, I'm telling you, is more than the number of the stars in the world, more than the number of the sands on the beaches, more than anything you can imagine. It's very big. And as you can see, I can put it here. What's your name? Sorry? Hafsa. Look, Hafsa, what I'm gonna do now. Okay, I'm gonna put 2.0. Okay, Hafsa, 2 point what? Is it the same as 2? Yes. From math, if I say 2 and 2.0 in the math, they are there is a difference. So if I say 2.0 times 2, what is the answer? 4. If I say 2 times 2, what is the answer? So I'm gonna say here, power 2000. It's the same thing. 0.0. Is this clear what I have done now? From a math perspective, suppose now I ask you a simple question. What is the answer of this one from math? If I know the answer of this one, do you think I would be able to know the answer of this one? Yes, it's the same. Yes or no? 2 power 2000 or 2.0 power 2000.0. What do you think? The answer is going to be the same. Yes. But the only difference is that here we're dealing with integer from a computer perspective, not from a mathematic. From math, these two are the same. And let's see now, what is the answer that we're gonna get? The same but with 0.0. So we know it, yes? It's very easy, yes? And you will see now, I want you, because this is part of the artificial intelligence, a hand will come now and is gonna slap us, all of us, including me. So watch here, the hand is gonna come from here. You see it? What did we get? Huh? What did we get? Error. And what's happening here? Result what? Too large. But this answer is the same as this answer. So what? No. No. I don't know why, but I'm telling you that I was. Excellent. So this is the first point that I want you to know. Even though from a math point of view, they are the same, but representing these numbers in the memory, they are different. يا نعسان يا اللي ورا. يا نعسان. Even though they are the same, but from a Python and memory perspective, they are much different. And why is this? So I want you to understand this. Now we're going to a level higher, a little bit. Look at it. If I ask you, for example, this integer, and I ask you how many digits here, can you count them? Yes, I will give you the whole day. Can you count them? So are these finite or infinite? Finite. I know how many digits here if I want to count them. Yes? This one here is finite. Now, when they looked at the decimals, the float, I'm going to give you an example. Let's see. Let's take this example, for example. How many digits are in pi? You see this pi? You remember the pi? 2.1415, blah, blah, blah. Do you remember this? That we use in the circle? How many digits? How many digits till now, guys? How many digits? Can you see the number? 26.8 what? Trillion decimals. And this is in August 18, 2020. So maybe now they have got. Do you know what does this mean? It means that if I want to represent this in a memory, one number only, the pi. But what do? We do approximation. But if I want to represent the exact number of pi, news, for example, why calculating pi to blah, blah, blah. Calculate blah. So the universe is now actually obsessed of how many digits they can get when it comes to pi. And this pi is infinite. Do you know what does it mean infinite? It means that it does not end. Okay, give us an example. I will give you an example. Let's say, for example, I said 10 divided by 3. 10 divided by what? 3. It's equal to what? 3 point what? 3.3. And then after that, 3. And then after that, 3. And then after that, 3. Then after that, where do you think it's going to stop? It will not stop. So if I want to represent exactly the number, what's going to happen? What's going to happen, guys? The memory is going to full with only 10 divided by 3. You got the idea? So that's why the representation of the float inside the memory is different from the integer. And that's why even the same number that we have seen, the same number, I didn't do anything special. In the math, this number and this number are the same, but the representation of this number is different. And that's why if we go back here, you will see something interesting. Floating points are what? Approximation of real number, because they cannot represent the actual thing. You got why they cannot represent? Python uses a double precision standard format. This is IEEE format. We're not going to go, but the main idea is any real number is going to be between what? This number and this number. And you know now 2 to power 2000 is greater than 10 to power this 308, and that's why we cannot represent it. Clear now why we got this error? Questions? Look at it. I'm saying that, you know, maximum 24 students is going to be in our class. And all of a sudden I looked at and I see that they put 50. What's going to happen? Error. We cannot fit in the class. You got it? The same idea. Maximum number that I can get floating in Python is what? 10 to power 308. 2 to power 2000 is greater than this number. What's going to happen? It's going to give me the minimum number that I can get is 10 to power minus. It means 0.000. How many zeros? 308 zeros. If I use a number less than this number, what's going to happen? I will get an error. Clear, guys? Why I feel that you didn't understand it? Yes, you. No, you. You did? Okay. What about you? Yes. Let's see. Why you're asking me such a question while we have it here? That's the beauty of the Python 2.0 power 308. That's what we want. And here we go. Yes, for sure. 0.0. That's what you want. And here we go. So we got an answer. No, 9, I will get it because here it's what? It's 10 to power. Not 2. 2 is less than. Let's try 10 power. That's what you want, yes? 10.0 power 308. That's what you want, yes? We got it. Let's put, for example, 10.0 power 3, let's say 20. This E you have taken in math. You haven't taken this E, the scientific notation of a number. You don't remember this? If I ask, for example, 0.3, I can write it as 3.0 times 10 to the power minus 1, for example. This is a scientific notation. So in math, we have something called what? Scientific notation. And when you have a very large number, you can write it like this. So you see this number? You can write it as 6.5 times 10 to the power, because I have all these. So instead of this one, we put E. This is the E. So it means that this number times 10 to the power, that's what does it mean. Okay, this is called scientific notation. Clear? Who asked me this question? Okay, is this clear, Hafsa? Questions? So now we're good till now. Yes? Why you're late? Why you're late? Why you're late? Really? Yes. No. Yes, print for what? Okay. Point 0. I guess it will accept it because there is a it will accept it. Okay, but if we go higher, it's gonna be a problem for us. Clear for now, guys? Okay, let's have this one. 0.0 point. You know something? Let me start one a new one for you because you're nice guys. I know that you're nice. Let me start one for you, a new one. Hafsa, I'm really sorry. Today is your day, Hafsa. Okay, 0.5 minus 0.25. Hafsa, what is the answer? Sorry? 0.5 minus 0.5 minus 0.25. The answer is going to be 0.25. Okay? 0.25. Clear? What's your name? With that. 0.3 minus 0.1. Hafsa again. 0.2. With that. 0.3 minus 0.1 is going to be 0.2. What's his name? Sorry? Waida. I'm going to ask Muhammad. What do you think Waida is going to say? Most probably is going to say 0.2. Do you agree? He doesn't agree. And he's what? Wrong or right? He's 0.3 minus 0.1, guys. Okay, as you can see, he's right. She's wrong. Excellent, Hafsa. You said almost, yes? Excellent, Hafsa. So it's almost 0.2, but it's not 0.2. That's really interesting. So it's super close to 0.2, but it's not 0.2. And why? That's so funny. Why? Plus, excellent, the plus, because so as you can see, just a minute before it gave us the exact answer, while here it failed. And we'll see why in a second. Anyone has any idea? No? Sabine? No? Sorry? No, as you can see, look at it. It should be 0.2. So صح قلبي صح قلبي ولا عزتكم كلكم سوا من اولكم لاخركم. Who doesn't understand Arabic? You don't understand Arabic? A little bit? Who else? You don't understand Arabic? You're gonna be kicked out of my class. Who else? Okay, so let's see why. No. Okay, guys. So we know that everything in computer is what? Binary. 0, 1. The switch is on or the switch is off. That's what does it mean 0 or 1. And when you want to represent a number in decimal, that's what you're going to see as a human. While the computer is going to see it as a binary, 0 and 1. And let's try the first number, if you remember. The first number was 0.25. Do you remember 0.25? When we said 0.5 minus 0.25, the answer was 0.25. Can you see it? So I want to convert this 0.25 into what? Binary. So let's convert it into binary, and you will see it's equal to what? 0.01 in binary. Okay? Why is saying this? Give me just 1 minute and you will understand it. I'm sure of this. The second answer, if you remember, it was, as you have said, all of you guys, and you were right, actually, it should be 0.2. And let's go now and write here 0.2, and let's convert it and see what's the answer is going to be. So I want you to look at this answer and see the pattern. What do I have? I have 0, 0, 1, 1. Can you see it? And then after that, what do I have? 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 And that, so this is what? Infinite. I will not be able to represent 0.2 in decimals. So what they do, they take an approximation of it. You got it? You got what's the idea here? If you want to convert 0.2 from decimal, which is the answer that we expected, into what? Into binary. The computer is going to do behind the scenes. It will go to infinity. And that's why we said when something like this happen, Python do approximation. And as you can see, it was a super close to 0.2, but it wasn't 0.2. But this doesn't solve my problem. I want it to be 0.2. Does this solve my problem? I want it to be 0.2. So what do I do? Usually we use something called rounding function. What is this function? It's called round. And the answer that you have, this answer that you have, for example, I wanted to round to the closest 2, for example, and now, as you can see, it's going to be what? 0. Okay? So now we're going to introduce a function called what? Round. Your grade, let's say, wait, Muhammad, wait. Your grade, let's say, is 9.8. So it's going to be rounded into 10. 9.7. 10. 9.4. 9. You got the idea? So let's see. Round. And let's say, for example, what do we have? 9.8. And as you can see, the answer, as you have expected, is going to be 10. And as you can see, it's 10. Clear? Round, the same round. And we said, for example, 9.4. The answer is going to be 9. Mohammed, ask your question right now. Okay, let's postpone it till next time. Now I'm going to ask you a question, Mohammed. 9.5. Taniyatan. So what did you say? It's going to be 10. And let's see whether it's going to be. Anyone will vote with her, Haram Hafsa. Today she has answered a lot of questions. You want to vote with Hafsa, guys? Who doesn't want to agree with Hafsa? All of you agree with Hafsa? You don't want to agree with her? So as you can see, Hafsa is right. I'm going to ask you another question, Hafsa. The same question. And let's see whether you will be able to find the answer. 8.5, Hafsa. Hafsa. 8.5. What? What? It's going to be 9. Muhammad, do you agree with her? You see, Muhammad always, I don't know why. Bala 8. Who doesn't agree with her and her other than Muhammad? You don't agree? Why? Habibi, 9.5 it's 8.5 it's 9. What's going on? What about you? You didn't even say a single word today. What do you think the answer is going to be? 8. Excellent. As you can see, the answer is 8, and you are the winner. The answer is what? How did you know it's 8, man? You're genius. Okay, I will leave the class right now, and he's going to take over. He's your new professor. So Python, when it comes to this round, they look at the number that is before the decimal point. You see this decimal point here? What is the number before the decimal point? If I have 5, remember, if I have what? 5. If I have 6, 7, 8, blah, 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 it's going to go to the higher number. If I have 4, 3, 2, it's going to go to the lower number. But if I have 5, it looks at this number. This number is odd or even? Odd. It goes to the higher number. You got it? It goes to the higher number. This number here is what? Odd or even? Even. It goes to the. Let's try another round. What do you think? If I say, for example, instead of this one, I say 5.5. What do you think is going to be? 6. Because this one is odd. What if I say 2 here? Where is it going to go? We look at. It's going to go to 26. So if you look at this one, it's going to go to 26. Let me put something like this here. Let me put 2 here. 252.5, and I'm rounding it. What is the answer is going to be right now? 252, because 2 here, this one here is what? Is even. Is this clear? Okay. What if, so remember, this one is going to go to 5. I put something like this here now. Where this is going to go? 2, 5, 3. Clear? Clear? My heart. 252.5. We look at the point is. What do we have here? 5. It means that we are on the border. When we are on the border, we look at the number that directly before the decimal, which is it even or odd? Even. We go to the lower. We don't go to the higher. Okay. What is the lower? إذا أنت معك 252.5 بتروح على 250. فهمتيها؟ Sure? Did you understand what I have told her in Arabic? You didn't. You see? What about this one? وين شاردة يا بنتي؟ عم شاردة حسك أنا. طيب what is the answer? $253. And this is 253. Clear? Yes, yes, Muhammad, تفضل. بس البوردر على number 5. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Yes, we're going to talk about this in a second. Okay. This round, help. Do you remember the help? We have talked about help. Yes. Help and what? And round. You can see help and round. It means that those who has written this Python, they have written a function for us. It's called round. Yes. We use it. It's already there. But I want to know more about this round. And as you can see, this round, it's take what? A number, and then it takes the number of digits. Okay? It takes a number and number of digits. And what does it mean? It means that as follows. Suppose I have 3.1346. Okay? I have 3.1346. This is the number that I have. Clear? Let's write, for example, round and 3.1346. Okay, guys? I want to round this number. And as you can see, the answer is going to be 3. Now, no, I'm going to write the same thing here. But for example, I'm going to put here 1. And we'll see how this is going to be changed. What does this mean? It means that rounded to the first decimal. What do I have here after the first decimal? What do I have? So it's going to be, you got what do I mean? Let's look at now the same thing, but I'm going to put 2. What do you think is going to be now? 3.13. I'm going to put 3. $3.13. Why 5? Because I have 6. Remember this one here? After 3 decimals, what do I have here? 6. 6 is greater than 5, so it's gonna be rounded into 5. You got it? If I put, look, the same number, but I will put this, for example, 1. What do you expect the answer is gonna be? No, not 1. Because I'm saying that only 3 numbers after decimal. Okay, so these are the 3 numbers. I look at this number. Is it greater than 5 or less than 5? If it's greater than 5, then instead of 4, this is going to be 5. If it's less than, it's going to stay as it is. Clear? So this one is going to give me what? 3 point. Can you see it? Clear now, Muhammad? Is it clear? So usually if you use Excel, we use this a lot. When I calculate your grades, guys, it's going to give me like a number. Suppose your grade is 71.3278, blah, 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 blah. I say round into 2 digits. Okay, and then I will see the answers rounded without this point, blah, 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 blah. So that's what we usually do. Questions? You're good so far? You understand what I'm saying? No questions. Yeah, it doesn't matter, honestly. If you put any number you want here, it doesn't matter. It will give you the number as it is. Okay? Doesn't matter. Clear? Okay. Other questions? We're fine till now? Okay, so as you can see, what we have learned till now, we have learned that there are 2 types of languages: natural language, the language that we speak, and formal language. It's ambiguous, clear for the computer, and this statement, it means this, that's it. That's the first thing that we have learned. The second is we have interpreters, the language that we use, like Python, and we have compiled language in which we transform the program, the whole program, into binary machine language, and we implement it. And thus we put it aside. And then we checked whether Python knows some arithmetic. And we have discovered that Python knows how to add 2 numbers, multiply them. Python knows how to do some power. Python knows how to divide. And then after that, we have noted that some numbers that are very, very big, and they are float, Python have a certain capacity in order to accommodate these. After that, it's going to give us an error. And there are numbers that usually when do some arithmetic, we cannot convert them into binary. And it's not going to give us an error, but it's going to give us what? A very, very super approximation for the number that we're looking for. Till now, any questions? We're good? Okay, let's go back to our slides and see what do we have here. Okay, we're done with this one here. Okay. So now, as usual, I'm going to give you a new shell because you're nice and you're actually participating in the class and you're answering questions and you're good. The other thing that we have seen in school when we were ata'ito like this is what? Who's laughing? You were in the dentist, yes? But how much money do you have? I have 100 riyal. I have more than you. Actually, I don't have anything. So you have more than me. But the idea is, usually we compare things. Yes? We do what? Comparing. And that's actually is a part of Python. And by comparing 2 things, the answer is going to be true or false. Yes? I have big, whatever is greater than what you have. You say yes or true, or if I say, for example, 2 less than 3, what do you expect the answer is going to be? And look at it, it's true, yes? It's what? True. If I say, for example, 2 less than or equal, you see this less than or equal? 3. What do you think the answer is going to be? This one is going to be? True, false? False, true. Who said false? Raise your hand if you said false. Excellent. So we have, so what is this? Raise your hand like this or true or false? False. True. So this one is true, guys. I'm saying that 2 is less than or equal to 3. And 2 is less than. Huh? I will start suffer with you guys. So 2 less than or equal 3 is. What if I say, for example, 2 greater than or equal 3? It's false. Have fun. Look what I'm going to do now. I'm going to put this one here. And I'm going to put space here. It's going to be false or true? False. What about you guys? Muhammad? Error maybe. Maybe. I like this. Error maybe. Suad. Not Suad. طيب شو اسمك؟ ما أعرف. يلا. So this one will give me, as you can see, it's give me Muhammad Shader. So this is, I want you to pay attention because sometimes you're going to run your program and you will get an error. I want you to understand the error and try to fix it. And as you can see, this should be one operator. You shouldn't put a space between them. Okay, guys? Clear? Okay. What if I want to ask Muhammad, how old are you? Let's say. If you don't, to give the exact number, I don't care. How old are you? 22. Let's say Muhammad 22. Okay. Is the age of Muhammad is the same as age of me? So I'm going to write age underscore MOH. This is your age, Muhammad. Okay. And I'm going to put inside it what? 22. And I'm going to write my age. I'm going to put 47. By today, January 12th. Today I'm 47. I swear, today I'm 47. Now the question is my age what? Huh? What? 40? Yeah, I'm 47. اليوم محتفل معكم أنا اليوم. سكلتكم أمهاتكم جميعا. So age of Muhammad and my age. I want to ask whether his age is equal to my age. So what's happening right now? You cannot see it, guys, but I can see it. Look what's happening right now. What's happening right now is we have something like this. Okay, we have age of Muhammad and my age, and we don't know. You cannot see whether his age is equal to my age or not. You got it? Can you see it? You cannot see. I want you to write me a statement and tell me, this statement is going to tell me true or false, whether my age is equal to his age or not. What do you think I should write? I'm going to write it here. So what do you think I should write? My, or let's say age underscore Muhammad. What do I write here? So equal to, I want to check whether his age is equal, not less than, not greater than. I wanted to check whether his age is equal to my age. Is this a correct statement? What do we put if we remember? Equal, equal. So what is the difference between equal and equal, equal? And I want each and every one of you to know the difference. What is the difference between age mo equal my age? What does this statement means? Excellent. So whatever inside age mo, delete it and put my age. Is this clear? That's what does it mean. What does it mean? My age equally age Muhammad equal my age. What does this mean? Compare whatever inside this variable which is called age Muhammad to whatever inside this variable which is called my age, and give me true if they are and give me false if they are. Clear? Okay, so let's go back here and write it here. Let's say age underscore MOH equal, no spaces between them. Clear? And what? My underscore H. And what do you think the answer is going to be? True? انت 22 وانا 47. So it's going to be what? False. Clear, guys? What if I want to compare now? His age is not equal to my age. So I write the same thing. And instead of equal, do you remember what do I write here? So this means that I'm saying that your age is not equal to my age. Is what I'm saying true or false? So this answer is going to be now true. Clear? You're good? Salam wa rahmatullah. Questions? You're fine till now? Oh, interesting. Okay. So now we have seen these arithmetic things, and we have seen also greater than, less than, whatever, and all this. Now we'll go into two other operators. They are important operators. The first one is called the division, but the integral division. Okay? The integral division. Let me ask you something. What's your name? Omar? Omar. 130 minutes. 130 minutes. How many hours do we have in these 100? 2 hours. Forget about the minutes. I want only the number of hours. How many hours do we have? 2 hours. 130 minutes. Can you see it? Divided by how many minutes do we have? Each hour we have divided by 60. And as you can see, the answer is going to be 2 point something. But I don't want this point. I just want the number of hours. That's what I want. So the integral operator is, and this one is going to give me only the integral part. It means integer part. It means this part that without the comma, and this is going to give me 2. And this is not similar as rounding. If this 2.9999 is going to give me what? 2. Let's take an example. Okay? For example, let's say, for example, 10 divided by 4 is equal to what? Let's say 100 divided by, give me any number, 100 divided by, let's say, what? 21? What is the answer is going to be? 4.76. Can you see it? 4 point what? Okay, the same number, but now I'm going to say, what is the answer is going to be? Is it going to be 5? Even though this is 7, but if I want to do rounding for this one, it's going to go to the higher. You see what do I mean, guys? So this one is going to go to 4. Whatever the number is here is going to be gone. Clear? How can I get this number? Instead of only one division, I use double division. And now if I ask you, for example, I have 52 hours. How many days do I have? What do I do? I have how many hours? 52. How many days? How do I do here? By, and I got what? I have 1,300. So I have 1,347 hours. How many days do I have? Double dash what? And I got how many days I got in this? You see? Clear? Okay. You remember when I asked you 130 and I asked you how many hours? What about the remaining minutes? What I'm saying, the remaining, this is really important word. What about the remaining minutes? What do you think? We use what? Mod. And if you remember when you were in the elementary school, if you remember, if I ask you, for example, 11 divided by, let's say 11 divided by 4, what is the answer going to be? 2 point something, yes? 2 point something. Why not 3? Why I don't say 3? Now remember, you're not in university. Now you're back into the elementary school. Okay? And let's say your instructor is telling you 11 divided by 4. And you will say it's 2 times 4, 8. 11 minus 8 is 8. That's what you do, yes? Do you remember this, guys? One like 2 years ago when you were in the elementary school? 2 or 2.5 years? Really? What did I eat yesterday? Me too. So let's go. Forget about this class. So if you remember, guys, if I ask you 11 divided by 4, you will say it's 2, because if I multiply 2 by 4, it's going to give me 8. But if I say 3, if I multiply 3 by 4, it's going to give me 12, which is greater than 11. Okay, if I multiply 2 by 4, it's going to give me 8. What is the remainder? 11 minus 8 is going to be 3, yes, which is less than 4. Okay, so now if I say 11, this is modulus. What do we call this? Percentage and percentage or modulus. 11 modulus 4. What's going to give us? The 2 or the 3? The 3. The remainder. Can you see it? Remember when I asked you about this one? You said it contains how many hours and how many minutes after the 2? So if I want to get the 10 minutes, what do I do? Instead of divide by 60, I say modulus 60. And look at it. What do I have here? 10. So this 130, I can write it as 2 hours and 10 minutes. Clear? Is this clear? And this modulus operator is a very, 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 very important operator. And believe it or not, I teach a course which is a data structure, and sometimes I ask the students about this operator, and they wouldn't be able to answer the question. Let's have some fun with this operator. 36 modulus 4. What do you think the answer is going to be? And 9 times 4, 36. So the remainder is going to be 0. Just remember your grade in the exam, guys, and say it. So it's going to be what? Here. 37 modulus 4. Remember your grade in the exam and say it. What's going to be the answer? What? شوفي. So it's going to be 1. Okay? Because 4 times 9, 36. So the remainder is going to be clear? 17 modulus 5. What's your name in the back? Abdul Aziz. What do you think is the grade? The answer is going to be 17 modulus 5. You're Abdul Aziz also? You're Omar ibn Abdul Aziz. Okay, Omar. Azim. I'm really sorry. Abdul Azim. It's going to be, the answer is going to be 2. Anyone doesn't know why 2? If you don't know, it's normal, guys. This happens. You ladies in the back, you know why it's 2? Clear? Okay, so as you can see, it's 2. Let's have fun now. I have this number. X is equal to something that I don't know. And I want to ask you whether Muhammadun Sayyidul Kawnaini Muhammad, I want to ask you whether this number is odd or even. هو مين اللي بيحبها؟ هو مين اللي كتب لها الجواب؟ عايز جملة مفيدة. So what do I do in order to find whether this number, Hafsa, you and oh my God, sorry? Excellent. So if I sorry? Later you will know my style. I know that you have said it and it was correct, but okay. So if I have x to be any number, and let's say this number, blah, 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 any number, and I want to know, I don't know now what is this number, and I want to know whether x is odd or even, we can use the modulus operator. And the modulus operator will help us because we know from math, if this number is even, then if I divide it by 2, the remainder should be the remainder. Remember this word, yes? The remainder should be, and how I can get the remainder by using the modulus operator. So I would say if x modulus 2 is equal to 0, what does this mean? It means x is going to be even or 2. So as you can see, it's going to give me, because now as you can see, x end with 6 and 6 is even, so it's going to be an even. If I say, for example, the same number, but instead of 6, let me say 3, for example. And what do you expect now is going to happen when I say this one here? So the answer is going to be false. Clear? What if I say, check for me if x is divisible by 3? What do I do? Instead of mod 2, I put mod 3. Clear? Is this clear, guys? What if I say nothing? So for now, we're good. Questions? We're moving slowly, and I hope that you're getting what I'm saying. Sorry? Yeah, this one, when it is equal to 0, it means that when I divide this by this, the remainder is equal to 0. It means even, it means 2. Okay? Other questions? So we're done with these. Now, some of these statements, again, because you're nice, I'm going to open a new one for you, and that's right. Sometimes we have compound Boolean expression. Boolean expression, it means true or false. You're going to go out, for example, let's say, if the weather is good and 5 of your friends is out. So how many conditions do we have here? 2 conditions. The 2 conditions should be satisfied, or 1 condition is enough? When it comes to you now, the 2 conditions. So this one should be true and this one should be true. And what I'm saying, and so true and true, what is the answer is going to be? True. If I say true, the weather is good. And but your friends, they have something else. 5 of them, they will not go, and you said that you will not go if they. And this means that the next condition is, what is the answer is going to be? Are you going out? False. You're going to go out if the weather is good, or 5 of your friends is going to go. So 3 true. Let's say both of them, the weather is good and 5 of your friends is going out. So true or true. What's going to the answer is going to be? True. True. The weather is perfect. Is good. But only 2 of your friends is going to go. It means not 5. It means the second condition is false. What's going to happen now in this case? True. The weather is not good. The weather is not good. But 5 of your friends are going. Are you going out or not? What is this stupid false, guys? What do you think? You're going out? Yes, you're going. So in the or, if I have one of them true, then the answer is going to be true. The weather is really awful weather, and your friends are not going out. What do you think the answer is going to be? Clear? Okay. Let me continue. Where here? Pim. We have talked about this. We have talked about this. We have talked about these. This is I don't know what is this. Forget about it. These are the precedents. It means that the highest is gonna be this exponential, and then we have this positive, negative, and then we have the multiplication, the blah blah blah, and then we're gonna deal with this. It's not a big deal. Variables and assignments. How much time do we still have? How much time do we still have? How much? 20 minutes. Okay. So look, guys. A variable, as we have said last time, is something that we put inside the main memory. Okay? That's X, age, my age, something like this that we have. And there is a naming convention for these assignments. Do you remember age is equal to 47? Do you remember this? So now I have a variable called, what is the type of age? Integer. And what's inside age? 47. Clear? I write age equal to 22. What does it mean now? So now age instead of 47 now is what? And what is the type of age? Age 22.1. Age equal 22.1. What is the type of age now? Clear? Okay. Now, someone else, he said, I'm gonna name this as age 22.1 equal 56. Do you think this will be acceptable? If I press enter, what's gonna happen? Error. So there is something called naming convention. Variable names can contain these characters from A to capital letter, or it can contain also, and it can contain. So this means that if I write age underscore 22, do you think this will be acceptable? It's going to be acceptable. Okay. Okay. What if I write the following? Pay attention now here, guys. 2 packs. I have 6 packs, but let me write 2 packs. Hafsa, do you think this? So 2 packs is equal to, let's say, 6. Because as I have said, I have 1 pack, but 6 minus 7 plus 2. This is error. This will give me error, or it's okay? It's okay, error. Okay, so it's okay, error. So as you can see, it's gonna give me excellent. So it's gonna give me error. And as you can see here, names cannot start with a digit. Is this clear? Name cannot start with a digit. So now, this is the actual time to start be professionals. I don't want you actually to create a variable. You want to put the salary in this variable and you name it X. You're going to name it salary. You're going to give it a meaningful name. Is this clear? Age, you name it age. If you want to have a compound name, what does it mean? What does it mean, compound name? It means that a name that contains 2 words. Okay, so you put underscore between these 2 words. Is this clear? You put what? Underscore between these, and this is the convention that we're gonna use. Okay, so these are, as you can see, this is gonna be an error because 6 pack, as I have said, it cannot start with number. This one, what do I have here? Space between them. This one is a reserved word. This one contains these slash dot. Okay, these are okay, but as I have said, we're gonna do what? Use this style. Not this style, actually. This is a Java style. We're gonna use the underscore. Clear? Okay, total volume. How are you gonna write it here? Total underscore volume equal to, for example, whatever. Clear? That's how I want. If you don't do this, I'm gonna deduct marks from you. I'm telling you. Okay, one more thing. And we're gonna start doing some exercises because I got tired. Constants. Sometimes we need to define some constant. And what does it mean, define some constant? You're working in a company and the volume of the bottle that you're gonna, for example, produce is 2, let's say 2 liters. And you want the total volumes of the bottles that you have now. And all what you need to do is, you say the total volume is the number of the bottles that you have multiplied by what? Bottle volume. And you can say 2. Yes or no? You can say what? 2. So as you can see, you can say 2. If you're reading the program now and you don't know anything about this one here, if you're reading the program, you will say that total volume equal bottles times 2. What is this 2? It's not that much clear. Okay, that's one thing. The other thing, maybe the company has changed the volume and now instead of 2, it's 1 liter. So what do you need to do? You need to go to all these 2 and replace them by 1. You got what I'm talking about? Let's say they have changed this one into 3. What do we need to do? Go to all these things and change it into 3. And the programmers say, look, this one is a constant. It's going to be defined at the beginning of the program, like pi. Pi is constant, 3.1415, something like this. So we're going to put it in, we're going to write it in a special way. As you can see, all the characters here are what? Capital. So when you write a program or you read a program and you see all these are capitals, you know that this is a constant. Now, suppose the company, they say, you know something, we don't have now 2 liters, we have 3 liters. What do? You change it in how many places? Only one place. And it's going to be already reflected to the rest. Is this clear? Okay, so if you want to write a constant, how to write this constant? Everything is capital. And this is not only in Python, this is actually in any language that you can learn. For example, constants in Java, for example. I don't want to define by, I mean define constant convention. Convention. So you see, I guess there should be here because we're talking about, you see this one here? What do we have here? Can you see it? This is minimum age. Can you see this one here? Minimum age. Can you see it? This means that minimum age is a constant. So whenever you see something like this, you know that it's a, why do you know it's a constant even though you don't know Java? Because it's written all capital letter. This means that this variable, it's not a variable actually, it's a constant. Now your company, they say, you know something, the minimum age is not 18, it's 16 now. So do they need to go to the whole program and change this one? They change it only in one place. Is this clear, guys? You got it? Clear? Okay, excellent. So these are constants. This one is a variable. The comments. Do you remember the comments in Python? What is the comment? Hash. These are the comments. You're tired, it seems. Yes? Do you want me to change the time of this lecture? Make it, for example, 4 in the morning? No, 5? After prayer, we come together. What do you think? Questions? No questions. Okay, look what's gonna happen. I'm gonna say, for example, my age, I don't know why my age is equal to 90. Your age is equal to my age plus 3. Print, let's say your age. حماد سمعنا شو عم تقول؟ كل هيدا الحكي عم تقوله هلا بهاللحظه معقوله؟ Okay, guys, what do you think the answer is going to be? So as you can see, it's going to be 93. Clear? Now, someone has written it in this way. He said your age is equal to my age plus 3, and by the way, my age is 90. What do you think is going to happen right now? My age is, so we have to follow a certain sequence. You give me my age, and then you use it. You don't use it before you give it to me. Clear? And that's exactly what they are saying here. This is called undefined variable. I'm multiplying the can volume by liter per ounce. I don't know. I defined it after the line. So the correct way is to define it and then you multiply it. Clear? Okay, now I'm going to solve one question and I will let you go. I promise you that I know that you're tired. It seems that you're tired. I promise you we're going to solve one question and I will let you go. What is this question? I want you to remember these steps, Mubarak. 3 things. When I ask you to do something, the first thing is to think about the user input, what the user is going to give me. And now, what is the process that I need to do? And after that, how to print the result. Remember 3 things, okay? Let's look at this one. It says that write a program that asks the user to enter a number, then displays the square of that number. So what is the input? Any number. How can I accept a number from a user? That's how you think about it. And then when I got this number, what do I want to do with this number? Square it. And then after that, so the input is going to be 3, the output is going to be 9, for example. This is what? Just an example. Oh, wow. I don't want you in the exam to tell me that, yes, it's 3 and 9. What's 3? It can be any. Imagine that you bought a calculator that only calculates the number as a square of 3 and give it 9. Do you want this? Or you want to enter any number? So what do we do now? We go here. And what do I need? First of all, number is equal to what? I want an input. It's going to be integer input. Do you remember this? And what we're going to say, enter a number. And when I receive this number, what do I want to do with this number? I want to square it. How to square a number? I multiply it by itself. Or I put star to our, I put power number. Do you remember? So we have so many things we can do it. Here we're going to use a simple thing. Let's say result is going to be equal. The number that I have gotten, where did I put it? Where did I put it? Inside a variable called NUM. What do I want to do to this NUM? I want to square it. So NUM, it's capital. Why am I writing capital, guys? So result is equal to NUM square. Clear? What do I want to do after that? Do you remember the 3 steps? I got an input from the user. I did the process that is required. Here they want to square. And then after that, so print the result is. So we're going to learn something new now. Plus str So I don't want to go to this one right now. I just want you to learn, instead of str, the comma operator. Okay, comma, and what do I write? What do I want to print? What's inside the result? Do I put it between double quotation? No. What's inside it? It means without double quotation. So I'm gonna write a result. Clear? Look now what's gonna happen. So previously you have written something like this, if you remember. Plus str, it means convert this into str and put it something like this. That's what you have learned. Okay, we can do this also. And now if I save this one and I run it, the first thing that you expect to appear on the screen is what? Enter a number. Yes or no? When I enter a number, what's gonna happen? Is gonna get this number and do a square of it, and the result is gonna put it inside a new variable called, and then what's gonna do to the result? It's gonna print. So let's run it, and as you can see, it's gonna ask me enter a. Let's enter 4. What do you expect now the result is gonna be? So if I press enter, the result is 16. Clear, guys? What do I want you to do when you go home today? Not tomorrow, today. When you go home, this lecture is already on D2L. I have solved the first question. There are a set of questions, very easy question, very easy. I want all of you to solve them on a piece of paper and test them on your computer. And next time you bring them like this, a paper, your name here and the programs here, and you hand it to me. Even if I don't ask you, you hand it to me. Clear? Any questions before I let you go? You're good, guys? Any questions? Yes, Hafsa. Sorry? I didn't explain the comma. I just put the str. Do you know the str or you don't know it? We'll explain this later. Don't worry. Okay, now for now, just use the plus str. Thank you, Mr.